CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. BC teachers go on strike on Monday, and tonight parents up and down the island and across the province are scrambling to find childcare arrangements as teachers get ready to walk off their jobs for 3 days next week. The teachers approved that job action by a vote of 87%. A vote that the government even will admit is a significant mandate. We begin our coverage tonight at the legislature, and here is a live shot of the debate going on in the House as politicians are going back and forth over the bill that would end the teacher strike, but it won't be passed in time to stop the strike from happening Monday. CTV's legislature reporter Stephen Andrew has more.
Classrooms are full now. But this will be the scene on Monday as teachers across BC walk off the job.
We take this step very, very reluctantly after having bargained for a year and after 6 months of a very, very carefully crafted, very shallow job action.
Teachers voted 87% in favour to escalate their job action after the Labour Relations Board gave them permission to strike. 3 days next week and a day every week after that.
Parents, we understand that this will cause you concern. As I said, we do not come to this lightly.
The teachers are seeking a 15% increase over 3 years, the government offering net zero, saying any movement on its position would cost taxpayers billions of dollars. But the government stands to save millions every day the teachers are off the job.
That is just not in our mind nor in our equation on this at this point.
No politician is predicting how long teachers will be off the job as the House debates legislation to end the dispute over money and class sizes. The best advice from the Education Minister to parents?
Children are not obliged to attend school when the teachers are not there, but the doors will be open and we'll be able to manage.
But it's going to take time. Despite saying they don't want to inconvenience parents, MLAs are taking their usual 3-day weekend beginning tomorrow. And the NDP is promising to slow down the process at every stage.
I hope they'll step up and decide that they want to be part of the solution here, because it's not as though by holding it up for as long as they possibly can, by using all the procedural tricks at their disposal and all the rest of that, it's not as though it's going to change the outcome.
That's ridiculous. With the greatest of respect, they decided, they set off this process. It's in that respect, the strike that we have now was set off by the Liberal government. They control the legislative agenda. We didn't even debate this bill yesterday.
And over the weekend, MLAs will no doubt hear from their constituents, parents who are now scrambling to balance work and childcare.
Stephen Andrew joins us now with more. Stephen, that's the question I think a lot of parents watching tonight are wondering. Why, with the ability to push this thing through, is the government not forcing the House to sit around the clock until it's done?
Well, I mean, Hudson, the Premier doesn't see this as an emergency, and the government wants to be seen as being reasonable in all of this. And given the court ruling that it was illegal for the government to take away the teachers' right to negotiate class size in the first place, the government has to be very careful on how it proceeds. This legislation will impose a cooling-off period and a mediator, and the government hopes that that will work. But it's clear the Liberals don't want to repeat of 2005 when teachers staged an illegal strike, and the public support was clearly behind them. Now, what about young people who are licking their lips tonight at 3 days off next week? That's going to have to be made up somewhere, isn't it? Don't get too excited. I mean, it's going to be up to the individual school boards if that's going to be tacked on at the end of the school year. We won't know that, of course, until this whole situation is settled. But obviously, that class time is going to have to be made up somehow. All right, Stephen Andrew, thank you. You're welcome.